I actually did it. I filled up my third sketchbook, and here it is, completely filled to the brim with all these drawings, and here it is, the last page. Today, I want to go fill that up with you, make something pretty, and I'm so excited to see what we can make. And here are the rest of my sketchbooks that I filled up. Number 1, 2, and 3. And I started this number 3 in April last year, so April of 2024. So it took me a bit over a year to completely fill it up. And you can see I used a lot of ballpoint pens, but also a bunch of colors. And today I'm excited to just take you along with this process of drawing the last page. So for today's video, I didn't want to make it too long, so I put the process in 2 times speed. So if you're wondering how long did it take me to make this drawing, it took me about half an hour. And I was just really inspired to draw like just a pose today, and to just draw like a female body in a really simple form, and excited to use my markers as almost always I am excited for. And yeah, today I'm actually starting off with some graphite pencil, putting in a bit more effort. And the funny thing is, I'm putting down all the lines here, but you'll see in a bit I will be erasing this because I realized the proportions were so off. So I'm gonna go back to my usual method and like draw where I want the figure to be, and then divide it up into 8 bits so I can see where the head is positioned and where like the other body parts are positioned, and then I just kind of go off from there. For this photo I did have a reference, but sometimes you can just kind of get caught up in like what you're drawing and not really look at your reference and see, okay, what am I actually seeing? And you're gonna draw what you think you see. But just to talk a bit about how it's been this past year drawing so much, because the thing is, I don't only draw in the sketchbook or just in sketchbooks in general. I really like to also draw on just loose paper, but I do have 2 other sketchbooks going on, and those are still not full. So I am lying a bit when I say this is my 3rd sketchbook. Like, I am keeping 2 more sketchbooks. One is like this mini pocket-sized square sketchbook. It's Talent's art creation, I believe. And I really love it. It fits in like all my bags, and I can just draw when I'm on the go, and it's so nice to have. And then I also have this sketchbook I use for my oil pastels, because the paper I like for my oil pastels is a bit more, something with a bit more texture to it. I think that really brings out the vibe of oil pastels pretty well, and so I use a different sketchbook for that. I think it's a bit smaller than this paper size, but it's not as tiny as the pocket size sketchbook that I have. And actually, about 2 days ago, I started a new sketchbook, which is not going to be my main sketchbook, but I bought this pocket journal recently, and I kind of use it as my wallet, and I also want to use it for like to be able to journal and draw. So I got this small traveler's notebook that has just blank paper, so I can just sketch in my wallet basically, because that sounded pretty cool. I was like, oh my god, I can sketch everywhere and just always have the paper with me. That's like my dream. So I can always write, I can always draw, and yeah, I love that. Okay, now I'm going in with some red pencil. I think always like when I have like red line art or like pink line art, it just gives a piece so much life to it, so much feel, and I think when I use black, it's a bit harsh for the eye, and because of course black is a color that has no saturation to it, and it's just darkness basically, I feel it kind of takes down the life out of the piece. Is that how I want to say it? Yeah, maybe it's just, black just doesn't really pull the colors together, and it just really wants to stand out, and I think it takes away from the colors being cohesive and getting to be cohesive. And I think red or blue or a pink or a purple does a way better job at that. So today I went for red, and mainly because, well, I'm drawing a human, so that means I'm dealing with skin tones, and because I knew I wanted to make it a bit of a lighter skin tone, like a pinkish or a reddish tone would work quite well. Maybe if I went for a darker skin tone, I would choose more like a purple, because I think that really complements each other. And I was pretty surprised about this drawing, how quick I like just got it along. If I think back to a year ago, so when I started the third sketchbook, I feel like I drew so much slower and with much less confidence, and I think that's the main thing you gain when you're drawing daily. Wait, I didn't think I introduced it in this video, but if you don't know me, I'm Ertzi, and I've drawn daily now for a really long time, and this drawing that you're seeing right now is day 91. But I should also say that before that, the whole year of 2024, I also drew every year, and before that I did a 100-day drawing challenge on like these small note cards. So I've drawn like daily for about 500 days now, which is so much. And to think that I've got this collection of like 500 or more drawings in the last 2 years is so insane. I just can't wrap my brain around it. It's just such a difference from how I was before, and my view on art before. I was always the art kid and just loved to draw but never did it because I wanted it to be perfect, and it felt like a bit of a burden to get all of my art supplies out and sit down to draw something good. But that's when I realized like it doesn't have to be good, it just needs to be, and you just need to create. And by creating, you get better, and then you can create lots of more good art. Oh, by the way, I put like this plastic sheet underneath the paper, so it doesn't it's okay if it bled through. I didn't really mind about that, but I didn't want it to bleed through on like the page beneath it, like bleed through like double time, so I put this sheet behind it. So that it doesn't bleed through. I was really about the colors in this piece. I just knew the top needed to be blue. I wanted some blue in this piece. I've been my main colors I've been obsessed with like in clothes are like blue and red, and I just want to incorporate it in everything, it feels like. But you're gonna see like throughout the rest of this video, now the pants are one color, then they're gonna change. These shorts are gonna change colors so many times, and I'm just gonna make it darker and darker because I'm not like satisfied with it. If I have one like critique on this piece, I think I would say the pants just look a bit off. Like they could have been like more flowy. Like when you look at the top, it sits really good on her body, and you can see it's moving as a part of her body, and it feels kind of like I just stuck the shorts onto her like a paper doll, and that's not what I wanted to achieve. I just wanted it to be like one whole, and I wanted to create it like a stable stance, but with like a bit of flow in it, like a bit of dynamic lines. You can see the lines of the shoulder and the hips are asymmetrical. They're not like lined up. And I thought that gave it a bit of dimension, but the shorts just seem a bit static. And also about this piece, I think there's something wrong with the legs, but I'm kind of ignoring that. But there's definitely something wrong with that, and I should study anatomy a bit more. I made a video on a study plan for anatomy such a long time ago, and I've gotta come clean. Like, I have not studied anatomy ever since. Like, I did do like face structures for a bit and like expressions, and I would say I drew a lot more poses and like more figure drawing, but I did not take the time to actually study anatomy. So that's also a plan for this for the future in my new sketchbook. Maybe. Yeah, it's the fastest though I ever filled up a sketchbook. Like in 1 year with so many pages, while I'm also drawing on other sketchbooks and other papers. Yeah, that's really quick for me. The first sketchbook it took 3 years to fill. 3 years. Yeah, that was kind of insane. I started that in 2019 and I finished it in 2022, and that was about the time I started my Instagram and my YouTube. Yeah, and now we're here. Not almost 2 years later. I've already passed 2 years, so I recently got this notification from YouTube like, congratulations, your channel has reached its 2nd anniversary. And I was like, oh my god, has it been this long? And I just want to say thank you to all of the people who are just watching and following my videos and enjoy my videos and my art, and also the people on Instagram who are there. There are not that many on Instagram, but I appreciate every single one of you so much, and I always like to imagine like just this big room full of like hundreds of people who are subscribed to me, and it still amazes me to this day. I used to be a girl who never showed her sketchbook to anyone, and now I get to be the girl who shares it with the rest of the world. And I'm so grateful. Like, I cannot express this enough how grateful I am that I get to do this and I get to share my art with all of you guys. So if you've been here for a while, I just want to thank you so much. And if this is your first time watching or your second time watching, I also want to thank you so much. There's just no words that I have for people wanting to see my art and enjoy seeing me do what I love most. And I hope to be able to do all of this. And with all of this, I mean just creating art, but also sharing it with the world. I hope I can just do it for such a long time and never stop creating, because that just, it keeps being the thing that brings me back to myself. And especially color. I think just color is such a big part of my identity and something that gives my life so much joy, and I just love making beautiful things with it. And yeah, I could go on and on about all the things in art that I love so much. The shape and stories and composition, expression, all of it just speaks to me so deeply. And I am so excited to start a new sketchbook and to create even more. And you'll probably see a video about that. to dedicate it to making the first page in your sketchbook. I already did one, and that was from this sketchbook actually, but I left the first page open for that one for a while. But I think I'm ready now. Like, I've battled my perfection to say that it's okay to start the first page and not trying to make it perfect, just have inspiration. And it doesn't even have to be inspiration, but just something, just the urge to create, and just put it on there, and I'm just gonna see how it turns out. And I'm really excited to see what my new sketchbook is gonna look like. I kind of want to try it like a white paper sketchbook instead of a cream one, but I have like 2 more in stock, so I guess I'll just have to draw on cream paper for a bit of a longer time. And as you can see, we finished up with blue shirts now. And that is the end of the piece. These are all the markers I've used, bunch of colors, and that's the end. So let's just take out that paper and that bit of tape and just appreciate what we've made together today. And I think she turned out so cute. I love this being the last page, and it's funny because I think the first page, one of the first pages, is also like just a girl with an outfit on standing, but that was more with line art, with black line art, and this is in beautiful color and color pencil line art. And yeah, I'm so happy with the day. Thank you for watching, and I hope I see you soon to follow along on my journey. But for now, bye bye.